She's actually a host of Open Flame. Ow, ow, ow. Y'all give it up for the very talented Simone!
Thank you guys. That was an impression of me having sex. Whoa! Amazing. Wow, when you get that window in, you're like, oh, yeah, I see that. Amazing. Amazeballs. So I wanna just get it started off with, this is a really fun game I like to play. I want to introduce yourself. I want to introduce myself by telling you that I've been reflecting a lot recently, and I realized that I share my birthday with two icons, right? Influencers. The first person is Stephen King. The second is Jason Derulo. So I want to play a game really fast. Who said it, Stephen King or Jason Derulo? And you can say the answers as fast as you can, because baby, there's more shit. All right, so first, I only miss you when I'm breathing. Jason Derulo. All right, two, people who try hard to do the right thing always seem mad. Stephen King, and in my phone it corrected to Stephen Kong. All right, this one's a hard one. Either get busy living or get busy dying. Stephen King, wow. And the last one is a wild card. It's always the hardest, all right? I don't watch too much TV at all. Jason Derulo. Amazing. Oh God. I've sang a lot in my life, whatever. Whoop. But one of the most fun things I've realized over the years is, my relationship to the voice. When I was younger, I'd always realized during like any birthday or anything, I was very ingenuine with my voice, very monotone. So someone would hand me a present. It could be something like a JCPenney sweater or a Pandora bracelet. And I would just be like, thanks. And people got pissed off. But I realized during college, my voice was also bad for sex. So I was in the game. And so I was with this girl, and she was down there, you know the metrics. And 8 + 2 is 10. And I wanted to spice things up. So I looked down and I said, yeah. And she popped her head up and she's like, could you say that in a sexier voice? So I was like, yeah. And it's not gotten better. No, it's been great. It's funny, we can cheer for this. I was in a relationship for a while, but I got dumped on Monday at lunch. Hell yeah. So, yeah, my handle is Simone Leitner. No, but it's funny. We dated long enough for our periods to sync up. That bitch. That thing. But at least I know when she's in pain. That feels good. That feels right. That feels right. I know exactly. I can locate. I don't even have to look at the moon anymore. But it's been a really fun time. Gosh. I have to tell you that the last time before this woman, I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, like I'm doing big, and then I was like, okay, I have a girlfriend, and then I'm like, no, I don't anymore. But before that, the last time I tried to hook up with someone, it was really late. It was 4 a.m. at a bar on a Sunday. What's queerer than 4 a.m. at a bar on a Sunday? And so I see her across the bar, and the Cranberries are playing. Yes. And so the Cranberries are playing, and zombie, 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 and I'm like, ugh. And I realized this girl I see at the bar is someone I had made out with when I was 19. So I was like, clutch. And I kind of glided over, and we were both super drunk in like a healthy way. And I was like, hey, what's up? And she was like, not much, woo. And so the bartender was like, closing time. And so we're like, okay, cool. We have to figure this out. We got to figure out. We got 5 minutes. So we're talking, we're chatting, it's great. And she looks at me and she's like, Simone, I don't think I can go home with you because you have the same name as my mom. This is a true story. And so I'm like, okay, bitch. And I look at her and I'm like, that's really unfair. And she's like, well, do you have any other nickname that I can call you by? And I'm like, well, that sucks because Simone's already short for Simone Rocks. I'm a read. I was like, let's flip the table. I was like, can I call you any other name? That's unfair. And she was like, well, I actually call my vagina Cynthia. Which is my mom's name. So naturally, we were like, the cosmic world is like, no, but I was like, haha, I want to try. So we went to her house. It was funny. I was like, we were both kind of drunk. We were like, what do we do? Should we do it? And I was like, do you have weed? And she's like, yeah, man, I got weed. And she hands me this weed, and it's an oil, but it's actually weed olive oil. And she's like, you should just take a sip. And I'm like, are you fucking sure? Like, are you really sure? So she was like, yeah, no, totally, it works the same. It's even faster. And so I took a sip of weed olive oil. And I know because a lot of people, I can see a lot of people in the community are here. If you really, want to let me know you're here, you can ring your carabiner. That's my favorite bit. But so what we, hell yes, gayness is real. Tinkerbell is alive. Tinkerbell is alive and queer. And so, we did what you guys all know, because everyone's a part of the community. We did what everyone does. The secret to lesbian sex. We got into bed. We unclothed before, right? We got into bed and we did exactly what the posters tell you. We just laid kind of like this. Of every movie, we'd laid like this. And so we looked deep into each other's eyes, and right before we were gonna do it, we just turned our baseball caps backwards. And that's how you make love.